I decided to farm Eldritch, Shenk, and Pindleskin for 24 hours on my new Warlock. My average run took 1 minute and 9 seconds, so I did a total of 1250 runs. The plan is to find upgrades and also enough value to trade for Enigma, so I can start farming more efficiently. And this was all done in the very first days of Ladder Season 13. So I'm level 84, my build is Echoing Strike, and this is the gear that I was using at the beginning of the video. Pierre Tombal Couant mainly for the very high deadly strike, the lore rune word from my helm, an amulet giving 3 to demon skills and 28 magic find, Spirit Monarch with 35 FCR, the new authority rune word, Chances with 40 magic find, Raven Frost, Talrusha belt, a rare ring giving some life, mana, and resist, and Alder's boots. I'm also using a 32 magic find guide with some charms giving very minor stats. My mercenary is using an insight, an ethereal shell, and Dusk Deep. And my build is 1 point in Sigil Lethargy in Chaos, max Echoing Strike, Blade Warp, and Mirrored Blades in Eldritch, with 1 point in everything in Demon, and Demonic Mastery to at least 20 to get 3 demons. Right now I'm at 120 magic find with 35 FCR. With that being said, let's get into it. On run 8, Eldritch dropped the best loves in the game for magic find, Chances, but it rolled with only 28. Still very cool to find early ladder. On run 53, I found the best boots in the game for Nova Sorceress, Sandstorm Trek, but unfortunately it rolled with minimum poison resist of 40 out of 70. Then on run 75, Pindleskin dropped something very uncommon, a unique Spired Helm, Nightwing's Veil or Veil of Steel. Nightwings, yes! And it rolled with 13 cold damage, which is very good. I really couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this. That's an amazing find. On run 123, Shenk dropped something that is very cool to find early ladder. A unique Grand Charm. Guide. How is it going to roll? 129, 28, 12. That's pretty low, but it's still a guide. 15 runs later on run 138, Eldritch dropped a pair of unique Demon Hide gloves, Venom Grip. That lifesteal and Crushing Blow can be very useful. On the next run, 139, Pindleskin dropped a very nice budget weapon for shapeshifting druids, Flesh Render. Crushing Blow, Deadly Strike, Open Wounds, and Prevent Monster Heal. That's very good. On run 190, a Burning Dead Archer next to Shenk dropped a very nice rune after Shenk died, and that's why it's very important to look around Shenk after killing him. A Vex rune. Yes! My first high rune of this season that will definitely go towards an Enigma. And then on the next run, 191, a unique Burning Dead Archer dropped something I've never seen before. A Deep Warstone Shard. Shards are used to terrorize entire acts, and this specific one is to terrorize Act 4. On run 205, a Defiled Warrior minion next to Pindleskin dropped a very nice Grand Charm, giving 1 to cold skills and 3 dexterity. This is my first killer of these runs, and it's important to note that skillers are not as valuable as before because since we can stack gems easily now, people will reroll charms a lot more often, and skillers will naturally be much more common than they were before. On run 226, Eldritch dropped an amazing weapon for Throw Barbarians, unique Winged Axes, Lacerator, and it rolled perfect with 210 enhanced damage. It self-repairs, so it would be much better Eth, but it's still an amazing find. 5 runs later on run 231, Pindleskin dropped a very nice set armor for Summon Necromancers, Trangul Scales. That's nothing crazy, but still very nice to find. Then on run 265, Eldritch dropped something else that can be very good for Throw Barbarians, Demon's Arc, and it rolled with 11 lifesteal out of 12, which is very good. On run 283, Pindleskin dropped a very good unique Gothic bow, Gold Strike Arc. If upgraded to a Hydra bow, this becomes one of the most powerful bow in the game. 5 runs later on run 288, Shenk dropped one of the most sought after armor in the entire game, Viper Magi. It rolled with only 25 all resist, but it doesn't matter. I really prefer this over the authority rune word. I lose 1 skill point but gain 30 FCR and 25 all resist. That's a very good trade-off. On run 301, Pindleskin dropped the best shield in the game for Nova Sorceress, Lidless Wall. It's not very rare, but it's still an amazing find early ladder. Then on run 329, Eldritch dropped one of the best helm in the game for shapeshifting druids, Jalal's Mane, and it rolled with 198 enhanced defense out of 200. 9 runs later on run 338, Shenk dropped a very nice pair of rare boots, giving 36 cold, 36 fire, and 26 poison resist. That's a total of 98 resist points. I've never seen this before, but unfortunately there's no faster run walk. On run 365, Eldritch dropped the best magic find belt in the entire game, Gold Wrap. I'm using a Talrusha belt right now, but I will definitely use this extra 15 magic find. Then on run 388, Pindleskin dropped a set Grand Matron bow for Amazons, Mavina's Caster. It's nothing crazy, but still very nice to find, especially with the new Chronicle. 5 runs later on run 393, Shenk dropped one of the best loves in the game for Sorceress, Mage Fist, and now it's best in slot for Fire Warlocks too. On run 426, Eldritch dropped a very good unique shield giving a lot of cold absorb, Black Oak Shield. With this shield, you become pretty much immune to cold damage. Then on run 445, Pindleskin dropped some very useful unique Bone Weave boots, WARLOCK. The Bone Prison and Life Tap charges can be very useful against Ubers. On run 491, Shenk dropped some very good unique boots that we found before. Yes, Sandstorm Trek, but again with very low poison resist of only 44 out of 70. On run 532, Shenk dropped another very good helm for shapeshifting druids, a unique Blood Spirit, Cerebus Bite, and it rolled with 4 to shapeshifting skills and 2 to Feral Rage. That's a very good find. Then on run 540, Eldritch dropped something that could be either useless or extremely good, a unique Scourge. What is it going to be? Unfortunately, only Orizin's Tornado. It would have been amazing to find the Stormlash. 6 runs later on run 546, a Defile Warrior minion next to Pindleskin dropped a very nice Grand Charm, giving 1 to lightning skills. That's one of the most valuable skiller out there, so I'm very happy with that. Enigma, I'm coming. Then on run 553, Eldritch dropped a very nice unique armor for Act 2 mercenaries, Guardian Angel. If you put this on your mercenary with a helm that gives a lot of resist, like Kara's Guardian for example, your mercenary will be pretty much invincible. On run 570, I killed Eldritch and his minions, and for some reason I attacked a random monster, and I heard a bow drop, and I felt the urge to take a look at what it is, just in case, and it's a unique Cedar bow. Kuko Shakaku. That's nothing crazy, but still an amazing and very fun bow for a low-level Boazon. On run 608, Pindleskin dropped the best unique item in the game from Magic Find, Blade of Alibaba, with 2 Ist runes that can get to 159 Magic Find. The only other item with more Magic Find than this would be a weapon with 6 Ist runes for 180 Magic Find. On run 651, Eldritch dropped an amazing unique War Belt, Thunder God's Vigor. It's mainly for Amazons, but it's also very useful against Ubers because of the 10 max light resist and 20 light absorb. On run 703, Shenk dropped a unique ring that I will definitely be using, Raven Frost. It didn't roll very high on the attack rating, but Echoing Strike doesn't need attack rating, so it doesn't matter. I finally won't be frozen anymore. That's an amazing upgrade. Then 3 runs later on run 706, Shenk dropped some gloves that we found before, Chanseys, and this time with 30 Magic Find, a little bit better than the first time. On run 726, I found the weapon that has the highest potential enhance damage in the entire game, Rune Master. If it has 5 sockets with 5 ohm runes, that can get to 520 enhance damage. That's crazy. 20 runs later on run 746, Eldritch dropped a very good unique sorceress weapon, Escuta's Temper, but unfortunately it rolled absolutely terrible with only 1 skill, 10 light damage and 11 fire damage. This is the worst Escutas I've ever seen. Then on run 796, a normal enslaved monster next to Shenk dropped something amazing, a very nice rune, an Ist rune. Some of you know this already, but this is my favorite rune in the entire game. On run 822, Eldritch dropped 2 things at once, a unique weapon and a unique helm. The unique Yari is Hone Sunden. The 45 chances of crushing blow in the 3 sockets make it a very good and versatile mercenary weapon, and the tiara gives 1 to warlock skills with 26 enhanced damage and 8 lifesteal. That's huge. It took me 89 levels and close to 1000 runs to finally find something better than my lower rune word. On run 840, a Burning Dead archer next to Shenk dropped a very good small charm, giving 11 fire resist. That's nothing crazy, but 11 resist small charms this early in the season are always nice to find. 2 runs later on run 842, an enslaved minion next to Eldritch dropped another very nice rune, a Mal rune. The pile of runes that I will trade for Enigma is slowly getting bigger and bigger. On run 876, Shenk dropped a very good unique amulet giving a lot of fire properties, the Rising Sun. That would be very good for a fire sorceress or a fire warlock. On run 879, something very infuriating happened, but in the end it was a blessing in disguise. The zone was terrorized and I got deleted by some random birds, and I was upset because I lost Hephasto. But on my way back to get Hephasto in the River of Flame, a normal Abyss Knight monster dropped a unique demon head, Anduriel's Visage. It rolled very low on the defense and strength, but 10 to lifesteal. That's an amazing upgrade for my mercenary. On run 901, Pindleskin dropped a very good offensive unique Dragon Shield, Tiamat's Rebuke. It rolled very low on the all resist with only 26 out of 35, but it doesn't matter. It's still an amazing shield, especially if you find it around the required level of 38. Then 9 runs later on run 910, it was Eldritch's turn to drop a very good unique shield, a unique Monarch, Storm Shield. This is the item that gives the highest amount of physical damage reduction in the entire game with 35%. On run 914, Eldritch dropped something else again, a unique halberd this time, Wostave. Open wounds prevent monster heal and slow target by 50%. I will definitely use this against Deathlone. 6 runs later on run 920, Shenk dropped a very useful unique bone knife, Wizard Spike. This is the item that gives the highest amount of all resist in the entire game with a total of 300 resist points. On run 931, Eldritch dropped one of the best pair of gloves in the entire game for physical characters, Laying of Hands. That's a very nice find. On run 965, a normal enslaved monster next to Shenk dropped an amazing rune, a ghoul rune. Yes! I'm very lucky with runes in these runs, and believe me, it's not over yet. 7 runs later on run 972, Eldritch dropped a very good unique serpent skin armor that we found before, Viper Magi, but this time it rolled with only 21 all resist, which is almost the minimum roll. On run 980, Pindleskin dropped a very good budget weapon for Echoing Strike Warlocks, Death Cleaver. The deadly strike and 9 life after each kill make it a very viable weapon. Then on run 990, Shenk dropped a unique ring, the second unique ring of these runs. It was about time. What is it? Well, only a main hold. But wait, look at what's coming. On the very next run, 991, an enslaved minion next to Eldritch dropped something absolutely amazing. A Vex rune. Yes, another rune to add to the pile. But it's not over. In the same run, Shenk dropped a unique ring. Again, twice in 2 runs. What is this one going to be? Sling! Yes! The first new unique item of these runs, and it's a sling, something I will actually use. It even rolled with -5 enemy magic resist, a Vex rune and a sling ring in the same run. That's absolutely unbelievable. And if you've made it this far into this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much. 3 runs later on run 994, Pindleskin dropped a very good budget unique weapon, Executioner Justice. Level 6 the Cripify reduced the enemy's speed, damage, and physical resist by 50%. That's a very good choice for shapeshifting druids. Then on run 1017, a unique slinger monster dropped a very nice unique elder staff. This is Undal's Wisdom. It rolled with only 3 skills and pretty low energy, but this early into ladder, it doesn't matter. It's still a very nice find. And later into the same run, Pindleskin dropped a very rare unique druid pelt, Spirit Keeper. I'm not sure what this can be used for, but I'm sure it can be used for something. On run 1024, a normal Death Mauler monster dropped something we found not too long ago, a unique Elder Staff, Undal's Wisdom, and again with 3 skills but a little bit more energy this time. On run 1063, Pindleskin dropped a very nice set weapon for Sorceress, Talrasha Lidless Eye. It rolled only 122, but it's always nice to find. 2 runs later on run 1065, Pindleskin dropped something else, a unique Grand Charm, another Guide. How is this one going to roll? 116, 39, 11. Yes! 39 magic find Guide. That's absolutely amazing. On run 1118, Eldritch dropped a very good weapon for Echoing Strike Warlocks. In fact, it's the same weapon that I'm using right now, Pierre Tombale Couant, but with slightly more damage. The Deadly Strike and Mana Steel make this weapon very powerful. Then on run 1129, a normal enslaved monster next to Shank dropped something else that I really need. Another Vex rune. Yes! This is the 3rd Vex rune of these runs. That's amazing. On run 1171, Pindleskin dropped a very good budget unique weapon for Barbarians and Warlocks, Sword Guard, and it rolled with perfect all resist of 20. On run 1224, Shank dropped a very nice unique Vampire Fang belt, Nosferatu's Coil, and it rolled with 7 lifesteal. Slow target by 10%, increased attack speed and lifesteal. This is a very underrated belt. On run 1234, Pindleskin was terrorized and he dropped the best unique javelins in the game for Amazons, Titan's Revenge. Unfortunately, it's not Eth and it rolled very low on damage and lifesteal, but it's still a very nice find. On run 1247, I just finished killing Shank, and on my way to the waypoint, a normal Demon Imp monster dropped a very nice weapon. It's an Eth Thresher with 4 sockets. That's an amazing base for Insight and Infinity. And then on run 1250, Pindleskin dropped some very nice unique War Boots. And no, this is not War Traveler. This is Gore Rider, and it rolled with 198 enhanced defense out of 200. This is an amazing pair of boots for physical characters. And that's it. I found amazing stuff in these runs. Nightwing's Veil, Sling, 3 Vex runes, 2 Guides, and so much more. With everything I found, I'm now very close to be able to trade for an Enigma. I will make a lot more of these loot highlight grinding videos in many different zones like Chaos Sanctuary, Travs, Mephisto, Andy, Cow Level, and much more. So subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any uploads. Also feel free to join our Discord community. We do a lot of giveaways and we will start doing Bal and Magic Find runs very soon. The link is in the description. Massive thanks to all the channel members who are supporting the channel. Thank you so much for all the support. And thanks to all of you for watching this video until the end. And as always, happy grinding.